నిజమేనా? సో మనకు కూడా ఒక ఆటం బాంబ్ వేశారు. ఎప్పుడు వేశారు? 1945లో హిరోషిమా నాగసాకి పైన ఆటం బాంబ్ వేశారు. అప్పుడు చాలా పెద్ద ఎక్స్ప్లోజన్ జరిగింది. సో ఎన్ని యూనివర్సులు క్రియేట్ అయ్యాయి? హౌ మెనీ యూనివర్సెస్ ఆర్ బీన్ క్రియేటెడ్ వెన్ అమెరికా డ్రాప్డ్ atom bomb on Japan? How many universes are being created? So total Japan, especially Hiroshima and Nagasaki, was very very dangerously damaged, and still, so almost 70 years over, still they are facing the consequences. So with with normal sense we can identify that when an explosion is happened, so there will not be any creation, rather there will be destruction, right? So it is clearly seen, we are seen, and we are continuously seeing with America and Iran war. So even India Pakistan war also happened. So many bombs were dropped on either of the countries, but any new thing was created, or any scientist has identified that this was created during the bomb blast? Nothing was created. Then how we can approve that? So because of Big Bang theory, so many universes are being created. So it is a false theory. So it is only scientists, they are bombarding on us with different uh, speculation theories, but actually creation was not happened in that way. So creation creation was happened by the will of the Lord. So even in Bible also, when Lord wanted to create, he wanted to create, then he felt like creating. So now there will be creation. When Lord said like that, then creation was happened. So but when we say let creation will be happen, will it happen? It will not happen. But when Lord says let be creation happen, that will be happen. So because Lord has that much opulences, that much potency, but we don't have such potencies. So in this purport of Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, so Lord has so many opulences, or Lord has so many potencies. So what are the potencies of the Lord, or what are the opulences of the Lord? How many opulences are there for the Lord? Lord has 6 opulences. What are those 6 opulences? He is all riches. So Lord is very very richest personality. Okay. Next. Lord is very powerful. So he has lifted Govardhan hill when he was at the age of 7, right? So he is the richest person. He married how many wives? So 16,108 wives, and for each wife he had 16,108 villas. 16,108 antapuras. So very very big palatial palaces, and he is all famous. So at the age of 6 days he could kill Putana. At the age of 6 days we can't even see one person with our naked eyes. So but Lord could kill so great demoness. Who is he? Putana. And he not only Putana, he killed so many demons at very very tender age. So that is why he was very famous, and he is all knowledgeable. So Krishna says, I know present, I know past, I know future, I know all the living entities, but nobody knows me. So in that way, Krishna is very very knowledgeable. Everywhere is present, and he is all renunciant. So he was not attracted by any material things. So Krishna will not be attracted by any material things. Even amidst the gopis, the most beautiful gopis and most beautiful queens of the Dwaraka, Krishna will never and ever got attracted by their material beauty. So but how Krishna can be attracted? By the spiritual beauty. What is the spiritual beauty? Our devotional service to him. So Krishna can be attracted by our devotional service. So like this Krishna has so many opulences. So among such opulences, so in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the first canto and the first chapter 10th verse, so Sutta Goswami was saying, Vadanti tat vidastatvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan iti satyate. So because of Lord potencies, so there will be brahmeti, there will be brahmajyoti, and there will be paramatma, and there will be bhagavan. So these are the different potencies of Lord. So because of the Brahman potency, he could spread throughout the universe as Brahmajyoti. So the light what we are seeing from the sun is actually coming from whom? I am the sunshine and I am the moonshine. Who is telling this? Krishna is saying. So how sun has got that much light or that much energy? So that was being provided by Lord Krishna. So how? So because of Lord's Brahmajyoti. What is Brahmajyoti?
Immense power to immense power to.
So we might have seen see what we call lightning insect. So that will be visible when you go, especially during winter time or during rainy season. This lightning insect will be there. So how that lightning is coming from that insect? That particular insect has got that property, right? When a small insect could emanate light from its body, then why not Supreme Lord? So from small insect, small light is coming. Then what about the universal Lord? From his body, what kind of light will come? So universal light will come. That universal light is called Brahmajyoti. So that Brahmajyoti was being emanating from the Lord's beautiful body. So because of that Brahmajyoti, sun, moon, and all the stars are getting their energy. Because of that, they could emanate the light. Okay? So and whenever Lord wanted to create this material universe, so I'm specifically mentioning material universe. So when I'm saying material universe, is there another universes also? Are there any other universes apart from material universes?
Yeah, non-material.
Huh? What are those universes? Those are not material, correct. What are those universes? Spiritual universes. So those are called spiritual universes. So spiritual universes are not created, but material universes are being created. So spiritual universes they are eternal. So they will not undergo any destruction. So and they will not be created. They are sanatana. They are eternal. But material universes are being created and maintained and being destroyed by the Supreme Lord. So why material universes are being created? ఎందుకు ఈ భౌతిక లోకాల్ని భగవంతుడు సృష్టిస్తాడు? ఆల్రెడీ ఆధ్యాత్మిక లోకాలు ఉన్నాయని చెప్తున్నాం కదా. సో ఎందుకు భగవంతుడు ఈ భౌతిక లోకాన్ని సృష్టిస్తున్నాడు? So there are so many living entities who are called Nitya Baddhas. So there are two terminologies in Sanskrit. One is Nitya Baddha, another word is Nitya Siddha. So those who are living in spiritual universes or spiritual planets are called Nitya Siddhas. And those who are living in these material universes, so they are called Nitya Baddhas. Understood? మనకి రెండు రకాల ప్రపంచాలు ఉన్నాయి. సో ఒకటి ఏంటంటే ఆధ్యాత్మిక ప్రపంచం, రెండోది భౌతిక ప్రపంచం. ఆధ్యాత్మిక ప్రపంచంలో నివసించే వాళ్ళని ఏమంటారు? నిత్య సిద్ధులు అంటారు. భౌతిక ప్రపంచంలో నివసించే వాళ్ళని ఏమంటారు? నిత్య బద్ధులు అంటారు. మనల్ని ఏమంటారు? వీఆర్ ఆల్ ఎటర్నల్లీ బౌండ్ టు దిస్ మెటీరియల్ యూనివర్స్. So what happens sometimes, so to take away all Nitya Baddhas like us, Lord, He Himself comes here, or Lord will send His sons, or Lord will send His messengers. So to take all the good souls from these material universes to spiritual universes. Are there any such instances where Lord or Lord devotees or Lord sons or Lord messengers has come to this world to reclaim them to spiritual universes? Any instance have seen? So Lord is coming in different incarnations to reclaim all these fallen conditioned souls. Okay, what are those incarnations? You might have seen in the first and second chapter of the Bhagavatam. What are those incarnations?
Dashavtar.
Lord has taken so many incarnations to reclaim fallen conditioned souls. So, like we have Dashavtaras, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Vamana, Narsimha, Parashurama, Kodandarama, Krishna, so Balarama, Buddha, Kalki. So all these are wonderful incarnations of the Lord. Just he came to this material universe to reclaim all fallen conditioned souls like us. Okay? So, and any sons have come to reclaim fallen conditioned souls like us? Any sons of the Lord have come? Who are they? Huh?
Is the Guru Parampara?
Okay. So famously one personality is called, he was himself saying, I am the son of the God. Jesus Christ. So during 2000, so that means 2000 years back, so Lord Jesus Christ, he came to this material world and he always claims that I am the Supreme Lord, right? So Jesus Christ he was always claiming that I am the son of the God. So, so and Jesus Christ preached only 3 years the message of the Lord. So what happened to him?
They killed.
They all crucified Jesus and they are celebrating today as
Chris.
Easter, right? So 2 days back it was Good Friday and now it is Easter. So that means Good Friday means what? Crucifying the Jesus. So they are celebrating in that way. So but he is a great devotee of the Lord and he is a great son of the Lord. And recent
He born in India.
recent investigations and researchers are telling Jesus Christ was
In Hindu.
he is an Hindu.
He born in
He
India.
was born in India. So how? So the cloth.
Having
so
some DNA samples are matching to Indian.
correct. So recent news, last 2 days back only it was published that Jesus Christ is so none other than the Son of the Lord, and so he came to this material world even though he is a Nitya Siddha, he is the great devotee of the Lord, he is the Son of the Lord, but still on the order of the Lord he came to this material world to reclaim fallen conditioned souls. So so and any messengers of the Lord have come here. So Srila Prabhupada was famously called the messenger of the Lord. And any other? So all acharyas are called the messengers of the Lord.
Guru Parampara, every
All Guru Parampara is the messenger of the Lord. Yes. So they are called acharyas. And another community is there, a big religion is there. So what is that religion? So where the messenger of the Lord preached the glories of the Lord.
Muhammad Prophet.
Muhammad Prophet. So Muhammad Prophet, he never said I am the supreme personality of God. Doesn't he?
No, it's a mess.
So Muhammad Pravata, so Prophet Muhammad, he didn't tell that I am the supreme Lord, but always he used to say I am the messenger of the Lord. So in that way, Lord again and again he comes to this material world, or he will send his sons or his messengers or his devotees, so that at least some of the fallen conditioned soul they can realize and come back to this material spiritual universes. In that way, so that is the main goal of the Supreme Lord. What is the main goal of the Supreme Lord? Paritranaya sadhuna vinasaya chaduskrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuga yuga. So paritranaya sadhuna, the main purpose that Lord comes to here, or he will send his sons or messengers or his devotees, so to reclaim or to protect sadhus. Who are sadhus? Who are sadhus? Who will wear big beard, who will wear big garland, and he will like Kamandalu. Is he called a sadhu? All are you called as sadhus? So those who are the devotees of the Lord, they are called the sadhus. Okay. So here the main subject matter, so very very important to learn. So and this is a basic knowledge. So how creation was happened. So like what we have heard in our school days or college days, it is just a trash. So those are all false propaganda that how creation was came into existence. So please remove all those dirty knowledge from your brain and please instill this great knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam. So how creation was happened. So this is very very wonderful. So whenever there are so many living entities, those who don't want to serve the Lord. So actually we are all belong to where? We are all belong to spiritual world. We are all belong to Vaikuntha. But why we came here?
Because of our sin.
Because of our rebellious activity. So because of our rebellious attitude, we came back to this material world. So generally in the Vaikuntha, so all the living entities, their only aim was to please the Lord. How they will please the Lord? By serving the Lord, right? So, but when we are serving, so why we are coming here? So all of us were there in Vaikuntha. Then why Lord sent us to this Kunta? Why Lord has sent us into this Kunta? So this is Kunta, that is Vaikuntha. So where Kunta is not at all there, that is called Vaikuntha. So because our rebellious attitude. So Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has all potencies. So that is why. So it is our natural duty to serve the Lord. By serving the Lord, we ourselves get satisfied. But the thing is, so because of our minute independence, so with that minute independence, so we don't want to serve the Lord, but we want to be served like the Lord. Understood? Actually our position is we should serve the Lord. But because Lord has given us a minute independence, with that minute independence, what we thought, why always Lord should be served? Why not I should be served like a Lord? So because of that desire, so we always want to be served, not to serve. So because of that desire, so Lord, He gives a chance to all the jivas. Okay, my dear children, you wanted to be enjoyed like me, or you wanted to be served like me. So then I have created a special universe for you, special words for you. So there you can go and enjoy. So once you finish that enjoyment, or once you get headed towards that enjoyment, then you can come back to this spiritual universe or Vaikuntha. In that way, Lord, whenever there are so many conditioned souls or so many rebellious souls don't want to serve the Lord, at that time, Lord will create a material universe or material world. So where all jivas or all the fallen conditioned souls can enjoy this material world. They will not really enjoy, but they feel that they are enjoying. So actually this is called so-called enjoyment. Whenever fallen conditioned soul comes to this material world, he tries to enjoy this material world. But actually instead of enjoying this material world, he undergoes so many sufferings. Okay? So then how Lord will create these material universes? So we all know that how creation was happened from Srimad Bhagavatam. So for the first time, Krishna will expand himself as Balaram. So from Balaram, Sankarsana will come. Okay? So from Sankarsana, 4 quadruple expanses will come. Who are they? Vasudeva, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Sankarsana. So these 4 quadruple expanses will come. So from again, so there will be second quadruple expanses. So So same like Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Sankarshana, so Vasudeva. So these four incarnations will come, four quadruple expansions will come. From there, so from Sankarshana, Mahavishnu will come. From Sankarshana, Mahavishnu come. So this particular word Vishnu will not be seen in spiritual universes. We cannot hear the name Vishnu in Vaikuntha. So the word Vishnu will be heard in material universes only, or in material world only we can hear the word Vishnu. So in spiritual universes, so the word Vishnu is not there. So when Sankarshana, so he expanded into Mahavishnu, he is also called as Karanodakasai Vishnu. What is the other name for Mahavishnu? Mahavishnu, other name is Karanodakasai Vishnu. Why he got the name Karanodakasai Vishnu? హరే కృష్ణ. సో ఈ ప్రపంచం, ఈ భౌతిక ప్రపంచం ఎలా సృష్టించబడింది అనే విషయాన్ని మనం చెప్తున్నాము. సో మొట్టమొదటిగా కృష్ణుడు ఏం చేస్తాడు? సో కృష్ణుడు బలరాముడుగా విస్తరిస్తాడు. బలరాముడి నుంచి సో మనకి 4 రకాల మొదటి చతుర్వ్యూహం వస్తుంది. వాళ్ళే ప్రద్యుమ్న, అనిరుద్ధ, సంకర్షణ, వాసుదేవ. సో తర్వాత మళ్ళీ సెకండ్ ఎక్స్పాన్షన్ వస్తుంది, సెకండ్ క్వార్టర్ఫుల్ ఎక్స్పాన్షన్ లేదా సెకండ్ చతుర్వ్యూహం వస్తుంది. వాళ్ళు కూడా అనిరుద్ధ, సంకర్షణ, వాసుదేవ, ప్రద్యుమ్నగా ఉంటారు. సో వాళ్ళ నుంచి సంకర్షణ నుంచి మళ్ళీ సో మహావిష్ణువు వస్తాడు. ఈ మహావిష్ణువు అనే పదం, విష్ణు అనే పదము మనకి వైకుంఠ లోకంలో వినపడదు. ఎక్కడ వినపడుతుంది? ఈ భౌతిక లోకాలనే విష్ణు అని వినపడుతుంది. ఈ మహావిష్ణువుకి ఇంకొక పేరేంటి? కారణోదక సాయి విష్ణు. సాయి అంటే ఏంటి అర్థం? షాయి. వాట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ షాయి? కారణోదక షాయి. షాయి మీన్స్ యు ఆర్ స్లీపింగ్. Karanodaka Sai means you are sleeping, all are sleeping. So Lord will sleep on what? On where Lord will sleep? This Karanodaka Sai Vishnu will sleep on what? He will sleep on causal ocean. So this causal ocean is otherwise called Karanodaka ocean. So have you seen any person sleeping on water? Have you seen any person? If such a person sleeps on water, will he get sleep? So if he gets sleep, then he is called really a Supreme Lord. So generally any person sleeps on water. So nobody can sleep on water. Even he cannot have that position on the water also. So what to speak of sleeping? So very rare yogis, they can sleep on water. That too they have to do so much sadhana. So but they cannot sleep eternally on the water. But here the Supreme Lord, so who is called Mahavishnu or Karanodaka Sai Vishnu, where he was sleeping? He was sleeping on Karana ocean or casual ocean. So while he was sleeping on the casual ocean, what he will do? What he will do? He will create number of universes. So he will create n number of universes. How? From the pores of his body. Okay, no? So when something comes from pores of our body, what it will be? We'll get sweat. So how this sweat will be useful? it will be useful for nothing. But something comes from the pores of the Lord. How it will be useful? So it will create. Those will be universes. So where n number of living entities will take shelter in that universe. So that is why he is called Supreme Lord, or he is called Devadideva. So we cannot even imagine how universes are being created from the body pores of the Supreme Lord. So when this Mahavishnu or Karanodaka Sai Vishnu was sleeping on the causal ocean, so when he was doing inhaling and exhaling, so at that time from the pores of Supreme Lord, so these universes get emanated. So all these universes are put together into a lump of matter, so which is called Pradhana. What is that? Pradhana. So when this Pradhana was being agitated by the eyesight of the Lord, that is called Mahatattva. Understood? So I am just telling how this material creation was happened. not about spiritual creation, only material creation. So how it was formed when this Karna, Karnataka Sai Vishnu sleep on the Karna ocean. This Karna ocean's other name is, what is the other name for Karna ocean? Viraja river. What is the name of Karna ocean? Viraja river also another name for Karna ocean. So when he was sleeping, and during sleeping he was doing exhaling and inhaling. While he was doing exhaling and inhaling, so from his skin pores, universes will be emanated. So those are called what? Brahmandas. What are those universes are called? Brahmandas. So what is the very meaning of Brahmanda? The anda where Brahma is located. Understood? Brahmanda means what? That anda contains one great living entity who is that Brahma. So that is called Brahmanda. So such Brahmandas, how many are coming? 1,
Ananta Koti
2,
Brahmanda.
3. Akhilanda Koti Brahmandas. So Akhilanda Koti means, so there is no count at all. Innumerable crores of universes are emanating from the skin pores of the Mahavishnu. So that is why he is called as Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka. Who is that? Govinda. Okay, so Mahavishnu is otherwise also called so Govinda. So when all these universes got emanated, so these all universes are put into a material lump of matter. So that material lump of matter contains, so when all this material lump of matter contains this just universes, Brahmandas, so that is called Pradhana. So as soon as Pradhana was created, so what is Pradhana? It is a lump of matter which contains Brahmandas. So this lump of matter or Pradhana is very, very insignificant part of this whole universe. Understood? So this universe is very, very vast. So in this very big universe, so one small portion of the material universes are there. That small portion is called Pradhana. When that Pradhana was seen by the Lord, so this Karnataka Sai Vishnu will glance at this Pradhana. Understood? This Karnataka Sai Vishnu, after while sleeping, as soon as he get up from the sleeping, he just had a glance at Pradhana. When he was glancing at Pradhana, the living entities from his body, from Mahavishnu's body, all the living entities, during Pralaya what happened? All the living entities will get merged into the body of the who? Mahavishnu. So and when Srishti started, when creation started, all these living entities will go from the body of the Mahavishnu and they will be embedded or they will be put into the Pradhana. So because of the glance of the Supreme Lord, this Pradhana will get agitated by the living entities. So in that way, this Pradhana will become Mahatattva. Okay, so in this Mahatattva, there will be 16 elements are being created by the Mahavishnu. ఓకే, సో మహావిష్ణువు ఏం చెప్పాను? కారణక సముద్రం మీద తను పడుకున్నప్పుడు తన ఉచ్ఛ్వాస నిశ్వాసాలు చేస్తున్నప్పుడు అతని యొక్క శరీర రంధ్రంలో నుంచి ఏం విడుదలవుతాయి? బ్రహ్మాండాలు విడుదలవుతాయి. ఒక్కొక్క బ్రహ్మాండంలో ఒక్కొక్క బ్రహ్మ ఉంటాడు. సో ఈ బ్రహ్మాండాలన్నీ కూడా ఒక భౌతికపరమైన పదార్థంలో ఉండబడతాయి. దాన్ని ఏమంటారంటే ప్రధాన అంటారు. ఈ ప్రధానం వైపు ఎప్పుడైతే ఆ మహావిష్ణువు కంటి చూపుతో చూస్తాడో అతని యొక్క కంటి నుంచి అనేక జీవరాశులు ఈ ప్రధానంలోకి వచ్చి చేరుతాయి. అలాగా ఆ జీవరాశులు వచ్చి చేరినప్పుడు ఆ ప్రధానం ఏమవుతుందంటే అలజడికి గురవుతుంది. అలా అలజడికి గురైనప్పుడు దాన్ని ఏమంటారంటే, ప్రధానాన్ని ఏమంటారంటే మహాతత్వం అంటారు. అయితే ఈ మహాతత్వంలో కేవలం జీవరాశులే కాకుండా సో మహావిష్ణు ఏం చేస్తాడు? 16 మూలకాలను కూడా మహావిష్ణు తయారు చేస్తారు. ఓకేనా? ఈ 16 మూలకాలతోనే సమస్త సృష్టి, ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఈ భౌతిక సృష్టి అనేది తయారవుతుంది. ఓకేనా? సో ఈ 16 మూలకాలు ఏంటివి? వాట్ ఆర్ దోస్ 16 ఎలిమెంట్స్? Panchabhutas. We have Panchabhutas or not? Are there or not? What are those Panchabhutas? Water, earth, fire, air, sky. Okay? So these are the 5 elements which are called Panchabhutas. So and apart from that, there are 5 senses and 5 sense objects and 1 mind. So these are called 16 elements of the creation. So Lord, when he was creating this material universe, he starts with these 16 elements. What are those 5 Panchabhutas? What are the 5 senses? Eyes, nose, ears, tongue
Skin.
and skin. These are called 5 senses. And what are 5 sense objects? For eye, what is the sense object?
Seeing.
Rupa. For eye, Rupa. For ear,
Shravanam.
huh? Shravan. For ear, Shravan. And for tongue, Ruchi. For skin,
Sparsha.
Sparsha. And for nose,
Vasana.
Gandha. So these are 5 sense objects. So 5 Panchabhutas, 5 sense organs and 5 sense objects, and another one is mind. So these are called 16 elements of the creation. Okay. So in that way, so from Karmadaka Sai Vishnu, so what will emanate? So material universes will emanate, and each material universe, so there will be one Brahma. So how that Brahma will come? So into each and every universe, so Lord Karmadaka Sai Vishnu, again he will be expanded into each universe as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. How Lord will enter into each universe as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So here another word, another terminology is coming, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Again Sai means
Sleeping.
he is sleeping. Where he is sleeping? He is sleeping on Garbhodaka ocean. First Vishnu, where he was sleeping? He was sleeping on Karnataka ocean. Second Vishnu, where he is sleeping?
Garbhodaka.
Garbhodaka ocean. So what is the difference between Karnataka ocean and Garbhodaka ocean? Garbhodaka ocean means for that Garbhodaka ocean will be so specifically there in one universe. But Karnataka ocean means so all these Brahmandas will float on the Karnataka ocean. Understood? Karnataka ocean is very, very vast compared to Garbhodaka ocean. So what is actually Garbhodaka ocean? When Lord enter into each universe, so he will sweat. When Karnataka Sai Vishnu expanded into each universe as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, this Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, what he will do? He will sweat. అతను చెమట, అతని శరీరం నుంచి చెమట వస్తుంది. ఎంత చెమట వస్తుంది?
Oh, again it will.
Half of the universe will be filled with his sweat. When Karnataka Sai Vishnu expanded into Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, so Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, as soon as he entered into the universe, he will create his sweat. How much sweat will come? Half of the Brahmanda will be filled with his own sweat. Understood? On that sweat, so Lord, so take another bed. So in Karnataka ocean, what is the bed? Water was the bed. In Garbhodaka ocean, what is the bed?
Sweat.
Ananta Sesha. So on sweat, he will have separate bed. So what is that? Ananta Sesha. Have you seen anybody sleeping on snake? ఎప్పుడైనా ఎవరైనా ఒక వ్యక్తి పాము మీద పడుకున్నది మీరు చూసారా? పాము మీద పడుకున్న వదిలేసాడు, పాముని చూస్తేనే పారిపోతుంది. అది ఒక పాము కాదు, అది ఒక తల పాము కాదు, 10,000 శేషుల పడగలమయం, 10,000 తలలు ఉన్న పాము చూస్తే మనం అక్కడి నుంచి పారిపోతాం, అవునా? కానీ ఇక్కడ ఈయన ఏం చేస్తున్నాడు? దాన్ని ఒక బెడ్గా చేసుకొని దానిపైన నిద్రపోతున్నాడు, అవునా? సో దట్ ఈస్ వై ఈజ్ సుప్రీం. అండర్స్టూడ్? సో వీ షుడ్ నాట్ ఇమిటేట్, బట్ వీ షుడ్ glorify the Lord. So because of his uncommon activities, unparalleled activities. So We never and ever see a person sleeping on water, a person sleeping on snake. So and a person dancing on snake. Who is that person dancing on the snake? Krishna. We cannot imagine also. So what to directly involve in that activity. So this Garbhodaka Shai Vishnu, what he will do? He will sleep on Ananta Shesha. So after sleeping, so what happens when he was sleeping on Ananta Shesha? From his navel, one stem will arise, one flower will arise. What is that flower? Lotus flower. So in that lotus flower, on the tip of the flower, so one living entity will born. Who is that living entity?
Brahma.
Brahma. So in that way, in each planet or in each universe, one Brahma will be there. How this Brahma will born? From the
Lotus stem of
lotus flower of the, from the lotus flower which was emanated from the navel of the Lord.
Navel of the Lord.
Okay, no? So in that lotus flower, who will be there? Brahma will be there. The place where lotus flower and Brahma is there, that world is called Brahmaloka or Satyaloka. Understood? In this Brahmanda, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu will sleep on Seshana, and when we were sleeping, from his navel, one lotus flower will emanate. So at the end of the lotus flower, in the flower, one living entity will be born. That living entity is called Brahma. So and the place where Brahma is residing is called Brahmaloka. Okay, na? And this is the topmost loka in this material universe. ఒక్కొక్క బ్రహ్మాండంలో ఉండే బ్రహ్మలోకం అనేది అత్యంత గొప్ప లోకంగా చెప్పబడుతుంది. సో ఇన్ ద ఫ్లవర్ బ్రహ్మ ఇస్ born. So and in the stem, so if you call it as a flower, this is Brahmaloka and this is called stem, right? In this stem, remaining 13 planetary systems will be there. సో మనము గర్భోదక సాయి విష్ణు యొక్క నాభి నుంచి వచ్చే కమలంలో బ్రహ్మగారు పుడితే ఆ కమలం కింద ఉండే కాండంలో ఏముంటాయి? మిగతా 13 లోకాలు ఉంటాయి. ఏముంటాయి? 13 లోకాలు ఉంటాయి. మనం ఎన్ని లోకాలు విన్నాము? సో 14 లోకాలు విన్నామా? 14 భువన బాండాలు అని విన్నామా? ఆ 14 భువన బాండాలు ఎక్కడున్నాయి? ఒక లోటస్ ఫ్లవర్లోనే మొత్తం 14 భువన బాండాలు ఉన్నాయి. సో జస్ట్ ఇమాజిన్, ఒక ఫ్లవర్లో 14 లోకాలు ఎవరైనా ఉంచగలుగుతారా? సో దట్ ఈస్ ద బ్యూటీ ఆఫ్ ది లార్డ్. దట్ ఈస్ వై ఈస్ కాల్డ్ సుప్రీం లార్డ్. దేవదేవుడు అని ఆయన ఎందుకు అన్నారు అంటే, ఒక ఫ్లవర్లో సమస్త ప్రపంచాలని కూడా ఆయన ఉంచగలిగే శక్తి ఆయనకు ఉంది. ఓకేనా? సో ఇన్ దీస్ 14 planetary systems, so Lord again expands. This Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu again expands into Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. How you will expand? So he is the third Vishnu. So how will you expand? Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu again he will enter into each planet or each living entity as Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. So what is Kshirodaka?
milk.
So a ocean which contains milk. So here what ocean we are seeing? Kshirodaka ocean. So ocean made of milk. Have you seen any ocean with milk? Again is Supreme Lord. Understood? So we can see here a ocean with salt water. But where Lord residing? Lord is residing in a ocean where it is made up of milk. Okay? పాల సముద్రంలో భగవంతుడు. ఓకేనా? సో అందుకని ఆయన దేవదేవుడు. అలాగే కాకుండా పాల సముద్రంలోనే కాకుండా ప్రతి ఒక్కరి హృదయంలోకి ఆయన క్షీరోదక సాయి విష్ణువుగా విస్తరిస్తాడు. అలాగా భగవంతుడు సో ప్రతి ఒక్క అణువులోకి ఆయన విస్తరిస్తాడు. ఓకేనా? సో ఈ ముగ్గురు విష్ణువులు ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో, హూ ఆర్ దోస్ 3 విష్ణుస్? కారణోదక సాయి విష్ణు, గర్భోదక సాయి విష్ణు, క్షీరోదక సాయి విష్ణు. These 3 Vishnus are called Paramatma, future of the Lord. What they are? Paramatma, future of the Lord. What is the meaning of Paramatma? One who reside within. పరమాత్మ అంటే ఏంటి? ఒకరి లోపల ఉండేవాడు. మనందరం అంటాం కదా, మనలో పరమాత్మ, మన లోపల పరమాత్మ. ఈశ్వర సర్వభూతాన హృదయసే అర్జున తిష్టంతి. సో ప్రతి ఒక్క లివింగ్ ఎంటిటీ యొక్క హృదయంలో ఎవరున్నాడు? పరమాత్మ ఉన్నాడు. ప్రతి ఒక్క లివింగ్ ఎంటిటీలో ఉండే పరమాత్మకి పేరేంటి? క్షీరోదక సాయి విష్ణు. అర్థమైంది? సో యూ షుడ్ అండర్స్టాండ్ ఇట్ వెరీ క్లియర్లీ. దేర్ ఆర్ 3 Purusha incarnations of the Lord. Those 3 Purusha incarnations are nothing but Paramatma future of the Lord. Nothing but there are 3 Paramatmas. There are 3 varieties of Paramatmas. One Paramatma who resides in the heart of every living entity is called Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu, is one Paramatma. Okay? And there is another Paramatma who resides in each universe. So he is the Paramatma of universe. Who is the Paramatma of universe? Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So in each Brahmanda, so there will be one Paramatma. So who is that Paramatma? Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And in totality, so there is one Paramatma. So because of whom so many universes are being created, such Paramatma is called Karnadaka Sai Vishnu. Understood? How many Paramatmas are there? 3 Paramatmas are there. So these all 3 Paramatmas are expansion of the Supreme Lord. Who is that? Sri Krishna. Understood? And these 3 Paramatmas will be seen in Vaikuntha Lokas. Have you seen, or we cannot see these 3 Parama Purushas or these 3 Purusha incarnations in spiritual universes. We can never see. But these 3 Purusha incarnations can be seen in these material universes only. Okay, na? So that too, Karnadaka Sai Vishnu is the Paramatma of the whole universe, and Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is the Paramatma of individual universe, and so Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu is the Paramatma of every living entity. Understood? Is there any doubt with regard to this Paramatma features? సో భగవంతుడు సమస్త విశ్వానికి ఒక్కడిగా ఉంటాడు. అతను ఎవరంటే కారణదక సాయి విష్ణు. ఆయన సో సమస్త ప్రపంచానికి ఒక పరమాత్మ. అలాగే అదే పరమాత్మ ప్రతి ఒక్క బ్రహ్మాండంలోకి వెళ్తాడు. ఆయన ఏమంటారంటే గర్భోదక సాయి విష్ణు. ఆయన ఒక ప్రపంచానికి లేదా ఒక విశ్వానికి మాత్రం పరమాత్మ. అదే గర్భోదక సాయి విష్ణు ప్రతి ఒక్క లివింగ్ ఎంటిటీ, ప్రతి ఒక్క జీవాత్మలోకి సో కారణ క్షీరోదక సాయి విష్ణువుగా వెళ్తాడు. ఓకేనా? ఈ రకంగా 3 పరమాత్మలు ఉన్నారు. ఓకేనా? సో వీ హ్యావ్ ఎ థియరీ దట్ దేర్ ఆర్ సో మెనీ ప్లానెట్స్ సో రివాల్వింగ్ అరౌండ్ సన్. సో హౌ దే ఆర్ రివాల్వింగ్? సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద థియరీ? దే సే దట్ వై దీస్ ప్లానెట్స్ ఆర్ రివాల్వింగ్ అరౌండ్ ద సన్. What attraction it is? So what is called? Gravitational force. Because of gravitational force, they are saying that these planets are revolving. So but what Krishna is saying? Gava Vishyacha Bhutani Dharayami Ahamojasa. Because I am there in each and every planet. So because of my potency, these planets are floating. Understood? So not by centripetal force or centrifugal force or gravitational force. Because Krishna is there in each and every planet. So because of that, because of him, all these planets, stars, suns, they're all floating. Unless until so Lord is there, so it is not possible. So that much big, massive goal, so will not revolve around the sun or moon. So because Lord is seated in every atom, or Lord is seated in every universe, so that universe is being expanded. See, this Paramatma, so how we can imagine him? See, a car will be there. So will the car will automatically move?
We need driver.
Unless until a driver enters into it, so the car will not move. In the same way, unless until Supreme Lord enters into the universe, or Supreme Lord enters into the living entity, or Supreme Lord enters into these innumerable universes, these universes will not function. So unless until Lord enters into our heart, we are nothing but dead matter. when Lord, when Lord, uh,
Enter into the
when Lord go out of this body, so this body is nothing but dead body.
dead.
So unless until Lord is there, so we will not survive even in this body also. So because Lord is seated as Paramatma in everyone's heart, our heart is functioning. Because our heart is functioning, we are living. So who is the force behind our heart's functioning?
Paramatma.
Have you heard that a heart is not working but he is living? So we never heard. Once heart is stopped,
Paramatma leaves our
that's
body.
it. That Paramatma lives from the but that conditioned soul, and that particular person will die. So in the same way, so when a universe is functioning, there are so many planets, so many living entities in each and every planet. So how they are existing? Because in each universe, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu Paramatma is there. Because of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu Paramatma, each universe will have different planetary system and different varieties of lokas, different varieties of jivas. Because of Garbhodaka Sai Paramatma. And even if you see our body, there are varieties of living matters in our body. How it will be possible? Because Lord enters it. And if you see even in atom, how atom will function? What are the part and parcels of atom? What and all will be there in atom? So you might have seen in our chemistry, no? In atom comprises of electrons, protons, and neutrons. Right? So how electrons are revolving, how protons are revolving, how neutrons are there. So who has created all of those? Who has created? Our science will say there are electrons, protons, and neutrons. But who has created all those in that atom? Again, Paramatma. Who is that Paramatma? Kshirodaka Sai Paramatma. Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. So in that way, so Lord has created this great universe. So in this, especially in this third chapter, so there are so many incarnations are being explained by Suta Goswami to Saunakadi Rishis. So almost 23 incarnations. So not only these Purusha incarnations. So Suta Goswami will explain 6 kinds of incarnations of the Lord. So there are 6 kinds of incarnations of the Lord that will be explained by Suta Goswami to Savanakadi Rishis. So these 6 incarnations, 6 varieties of incarnations, so are otherwise called Swayam expansions of the Lord. Swayam expansions and so there are 2 kinds of expansions, Vibhinna Amsha, Swaamsha. Swaamsha expansions are nothing but Vishnu or Krishna's expansions, and Vibhinna expansions are all living entities like us. So Lord will have 6 kinds of incarnations. These 6 kinds of incarnations are grossly, all incarnations are grossly divided into 6 incarnations. So one such variety of incarnation is called Purusha incarnation. Okay, now what we have explained now, these are called Purusha incarnations of the Lord. Who are those 3 Purushas? Karnadaka Sai Vishnu, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. So now, have you convinced that somebody is witnessing all our activities? ఇప్పుడు మీకు అర్థమైందా? ప్రతి ఒక్కరిలో పరమాత్మ ఉన్నాడని చెప్తున్నాం. ఇప్పుడు మనం చేస్తున్న ప్రతి కర్మని ఒకరు చూస్తున్నారు అంటే మీరు నమ్ముతారా? మనం చేస్తున్న ప్రతి ఒక్క యాక్టివిటీని ఒక వ్యక్తి చూస్తున్నాడు అంటే ఇప్పుడు నమ్ముతున్నారా? నమ్మగలుగుతారా? ఎవరు ఆ వ్యక్తి? ఎవరు చూస్తున్నారు? యా పరమాత్మ. క్షీరదక Sai Vishnu. ఓకేనా? క్షీరదక Sai Vishnu, none other than Krishna, actually is the expansion of Krishna. So he will be seeing, he is the witness for all our activities. So even though some person do something for us, so he may escape from us, but he will not escape from Vishnu. So he will not escape from the CCTV camera of each and everybody. So in each and every living entity, one CCTV camera will be there that will work throughout the life. Throughout his life, that CCTV camera will work and it will record each and every activity of that particular living entity. Okay? And when that CCTV camera will be opened and shown, when it will be shown when you enter Narakaloka. So during judgment, so what and all activities you did, so that will be shown by this CCTV camera in big theater. Understand? So he is called Kshirodak Sai Vishnu. Okay? So there are 6 varieties of incarnations of the Lord. So one variety is called Purusha incarnations of the Lord. These Purushas are 3 Purushas are there. These 3 Purushas are Paramatma features of the Lord. Okay? One Paramatma is Kshirodak Vishnu. He will be there in entire universe as a single soul. Because of this single soul, this entire universes are being created. And there is another Paramatma who is there in each and every universe, that is called Garbhodaka Vishnu. And another Paramatma, third Paramatma is Kshirodak Vishnu. He will be there in each and every atom and each and every living entity. He is called Kshirodak Paramatma. Okay, this is one kind of incarnation. And second kind of incarnation is Guna avatars of the Lord. What are the second avatars? First avatar is Purusha avatars of the Lord. Second avatars are called Guna avatars of the Lord. How many gunas are there? There are 3 gunas. Who are they? What are they? Sattva, Raja, Tama guna. So for each guna, so Lord will be expanded into one deity. For Sattva guna, Lord expanded as Vishnu. For Raja guna, Brahma, and Tama guna, Shiva. Okay, so these 3 incarnations belongs to one guna. So these are called Guna avatars of the Lord. So one is Purusha avatars of the Lord, second is Guna avatars of the Lord, and third one is Leela avatars of the Lord. What is that third one? Leela avatars of the Lord. So these Leela avatars of the Lord are, so they will come by the will of the Lord. Whenever Lord wanted to do some Leela with these living entities, so at that time, so Lord will incarnated as Leela avatars. So in this Kali Yuga, there are so many Leela avatars of the Lord. Can anybody tell one Leela avatar of the Lord in this material universe, especially in Kali Yuga? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Yuga avatar of the Lord. For one Yuga, he will come like that. He is called Yuga avatar of the Lord. So whenever that Lord comes, he will glorify the Yuga Dharma. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is called Yuga avatar of the Lord. So Kali Yuga avatar, who is that Kali Yuga avatar? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he comes, he will glorify the Yuga Dharma. What is the Yuga Dharma of Kali Yuga? Harinama Sankirtan. Okay? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not Leela avatar, he is Yuga avatar. Okay? So, but what we are discussing? Leela avatar of the Lord. What is the Leela of the Lord? In this Kali Yuga, Balaji. So Balaji is Govinda, Venkatramana, Srinivasa. Okay, na? So why he comes here? He comes to get married Padmavati Devi. Okay, so Lord he has married 16,108 wives when he was in Krishna avatar. So, but for all these 16,108 wives marriages, he will not invite his mother Yasoda. So that is why Yasoda asked, "Oh my dear Krishna, what sin I did? Even I could not see one of your marriage. You have married 16,108 wives. So even what type of sin I did? Even I could not attend even one of your marriage." So then Lord said, "My dear mother, for you only I'll take one special incarnation in Kali Yuga. So under your prevalence, under your surveillance, by your hands only I'll get married to Padmavati Devi." So to marry Padmavati Devi, so Lord incarnated as Govinda, Balaji. So that marriage will be done by the Yasodamaya. That is one Leela avatar of the Lord. So, and Yuga avatars of the Lord, we already told. So one Yuga, so one Lord will be there. So for Treta Yuga, who is the Lord? Lord Rama. For Dwapara Yuga, so Krishna, Balaram. And this Kali Yuga, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. So and another avatar is Manvantara avatar of the Lord. So Manvantara avatar of the Lord. We have how many Manvantaras? For each Kalpa, there are 14 Manvantaras. Okay, no? So Kalpa means how many years? So one Kalpa is equal to 1000 Chaturyugas. So in each one Manvantara is equal to 71 Mahayugas. One Manvantara is equal to 71 Mahayugas. So like that, there are 1000 Mahayugas. So these 1000 Mahayugas are called one Kalpa. So in each Kalpa, so how many Manvantaras will be there? One Manvantara is equal to 71 Mahayugas. So there are 1000 Mahayugas. So one Manvantara is equal to 71 Mahayugas means how many Manvantaras are there? So I entered into maths class now. 71 into
1000 into this.
So for each Kalpa, how many Mahayugas are there? 1000 Mahayugas are there. For one Manvantara, there will be 71 Mahayugas are there. That means how many Manvantaras that are there in one Kalpa or in 1000 Yugas?
71,000 kalpa.
So please understand, there are, so one Kalpa is equal to 1000 Mahayugas. So, and one Manvantara is equal to 71 Mahayugas. Then, how many Manvantaras will be there in one Kalpa?
14 into 71.
40 Manvantaras. Understood? In each Kalpa is equal to 1000 Mahayugas. 1000 Mahayugas means 432 crores of years. That one Kalpa or 432 crores years or 1000 Mahayugas is half day for Brahma. That 1000 Mahayugas are nothing but only half day of Brahma. In half day of Brahma, how many Manvantaras will be there? 14 Manvantaras will be there. In 14 Manvantaras, one Manvantara, one Manu will be there. So like that, in 8th canto, all those 14 Manvantaras will be explained. In each Manvantara, Lord will appear as one Manvantara avatar. Lord will appear as Manvantara avatar. So like that, there are Yajna avatar. So there are Prudu avatar. Like that, there are so many avatars are there. So in each Manvantara, one Manvantara avatar of the Lord will be there. This is 5th variety of avatar, and 6th one is Sektya Vesha avatar of the Lord. What is the 6th one? Sektya Vesha avatar of the Lord. So like Narada Muni, Vyasadeva, so Parashurama, they are all called Sektya Vesha avatar. Sektya Vesha avatar means Lord will empower one living entity or one human being as with his powers. When Lord empower with his power for a personality, he will become Sektya Vesha avatar of the Lord. So like Vyasadeva is otherwise called as literary incarnation of the Lord. So what is the purpose of Vyasadeva? He came here to write all Vedic literatures. So that particular living entity Vyasadeva was empowered by the Lord to write all the literatures of the spiritual world. So that is why, so he is one of the empowered avatar or Sektya Vesha avatar of the Lord. Okay. So another, so Parashurama. So Parashurama was empowered by the Lord to kill unwanted kings of this universe. So Parashurama avatar was specifically taken by specifically empowered by the Lord to kill all unwanted kings of that period. So he almost killed 27 times. So all the unwanted kings were being killed by the Parashurama. So because of these unwanted kings, so Mother Earth was feeling so much burden. For that reason, so Lord empowers Parashurama in that way. So Mother Earth got relieved from these ill kings. Okay. So like this, so Lord again and again incarnate into this world to reclaim us. And when he comes to this material world, he performs so many activities. So when one understands these activities in truth, again after quitting this body, he will never come to this material world. Understood? So Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha tektva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so arjunaha. So whoever understand my birth and activities in truth, after quitting this body will never come to this material world, but they will come to my eternal world. So why Lord performs all these activities? So to reclaim all fallen conditioned souls like us to back to Godhead. మనందరినీ కూడా వైకుంఠ లోకానికి తీసుకువెళ్ళడానికి భగవంతుడు ఏం చేస్తాడు? ఇన్ని రకాల అవతారాలతో ఇక్కడికి వస్తాడు. సో ఒక్కొక్క అవతారం ఒక్కొక్క బద్ధజీవుని అట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తుంది, ఆకర్షిస్తుంది. అలాగా ఆకర్షించబడి సో తిరిగి ఈ కుంట వదిలేసి వైకుంఠానికి వెళ్తారు. ఓకే, గ్రంథరా శ్రీమద్ భాగవతం కి, జగద్గురు శిల ప్రభుపాద్ కి. హరే కృష్ణ. సో if I hurt anybody or anything is not understandable, please forgive me. So it is open for questions now. So మీకు ఎవరికైనా ఏమైనా అర్థం కాలేదంటే సో మీరు ఏమైనా సందేహాలు ఉంటే అడగదు.
You tell like 6 kind of incarnations, right? Like 4th one, 5th one. Just name.
So there are 6 kinds of incarnations of the Lord. First one is Purusha Avataras of the Lord. Second one is Guna Avataras of the Lord. So third one is Leela Avataras of the Lord. Fourth one is Yuga Avataras of the Lord. Fifth one is Manvantara Avataras of the Lord. Sixth one is Sektya Vesha Avatar of the Lord. So these are all subject matter. సో ఎలాగ ఈ సృష్టి జరుగుతుంది, భగవంతుడు ఎలాగ అవతరిస్తాడు అనేదాన్ని సో మనకి భాగవతంలో 10 సబ్జెక్ట్ మ్యాటర్స్లో సో ఈశాను కథ అని ఒకటి వస్తుంది. ఆ ఈశాను కథలో భగవంతుడి యొక్క అవతారాలు, ఆయన యొక్క గ్లోరీస్ గురించి చెప్పబడతాయి. ఓకే, సో ఎనీబడి హ్యావ్ ఎనీ అదర్ డౌట్స్? ఇట్ ఈస్ బోరింగ్. It was so boring.